everyone, it's your girl Toya Sinover American. Thank you so much for joining me in my little corner here on YouTube where I share all things skincare, makeup, or whatever is going on my mind as of that point in time. I know that yes, it's been a minute, and I know right now I'm supposed to be in the naughty corner, but trust me, before you put me in the naughty corner, I am back now, and I'm back with a bang. So it's been a rough couple of weeks for me. Mentally, I just needed to just take some time out for myself. I know I say that all the time, but one thing I've discovered is that you can always, if you ever get overwhelmed with life, with school, work, marriage, relationships, motherhood, fatherhood, I'll always encourage you guys to take time for yourself, check out, and just take care of yourself mentally. Okay, do not ignore your mental health. Okay, always pay attention to that. So I was just taking some time out for myself, spending time with my family, but I'm back now. Okay, so as you can see from the title, today will be my review of the Huda Beauty Naughty Palette. Anyone have been talking about this palette. My girl Titi reviewed this on our channel. I'm going to put a link down to her video somewhere here or down below, and she looked gorgeous. She always looks gorgeous anyway, so I was like, I want that, let me get that, I want that, give me 2 of that. So I wanted to get that, so I went into Sephora today. I got the palette, the naughty palette from Huda Beauty. This is the palette, this is what it looks like, and this was, I didn't use the new Huda Beauty stick foundation. I'm going to be reviewing that, giving you guys my first impression of that item next week or the week after, I'm not sure. So if you want to see how I created today's look using the new Huda Beauty Naughty Palette, Naughty, and if you want to see how I created today's look, just continue to watch and we'll talk about it in the comments. And you guys, like I told you, so hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell button to get notified as to when I have new content up. Okay, catch you guys on the other side of the video. Let's get started, guys. As you can see, I already primed my face, color corrected, and also done my brows. I need to get my brows redone again, but anyhow. So for my eyeshadow base, I'm going to be using the MAC Paint Pot Laying Low. That is what I'm going to be using as my eyeshadow base today. So we're going to be using the Huda Beauty Naughty Palette. Now I'm going to be reading from the back of the palette. This is an 18 eyeshadow in 5 ready to layer textures, 8 velvety soft powerful pigmented mattes, 5 high shine buttery metallics, 3 multi-reflective shimmer cream marbles. I think that is the it thing. So I think this reflective shades are the in thing. This will be my second or third palette that has reflective shades. I know Auntie Pat has those shades in her eyeshadow palette that she's launched this year. And also 1 matte cream marble and 1 sheer pearly gloss hybrid. Build your base with the matte cream marble, then matte powder shadows. Pick up metallics and cream shimmer marbles using a brush in small circular motions, and apply on lids for an illuminating finish. Build an extra layer using your fingers or a sponge brush for high shine fall effect. I love those looks. For a soft pearlescent glow, apply the Pearl Gloss Hybrid to bare lids using your finger or flat brush. This is what the palette looks like, guys. Okay, so off the top from what I can see, slippery that is this shade here. That is the eyeshadow, that is the pearly shadow. Okay, and the matte shades are spicy, untamed, and naughty, as well as the reflective shades are passion and flower power. That is these 2. Okay, let me swatch them for you guys. This is the shade passion and this is the shade flower power. Okay, alrighty, so those are the reflective eyeshadows. So let's get started. I think I have an idea of the look I want to go with, but all in all, I'm going to stop talking now. Let's get started. So I'm going to start with the shade Untamed. I'm going to use that. I'm going to build that into my crease. This shade here, the shade Untamed, I'm going to build that into my crease to start with and blend that out as I go. Okay. Then taking a soft blending brush and using the shade Juicy, that is this shade here. Okay, and just putting that, blending that out. And for extra drama, I think I'm just going to just define my eyelid just a bit, not too much. So let's start building this look as we go. On between these two shades, the shade Irresistible or Provocative. So I think I'm going to start with Provocative and just see what that looks like. Then continue to build that look as I go. Then I'm going to be using a much smaller, this is the Morphe M326 brush, and I'm going to take the shade Passion, that is this shade here, and I'm going to just tap that on my lid as well. See what that looks like, see what looks we can create. Just put that somewhere in the middle. Okay, now for my outer corner, okay, I'm going to go back in with a smaller pencil brush, and I'm going to take the shade Spicy and just darken the shade Spicy, which is this shade here. Okay, and just darken the outer corner, the outer V corner. So for my eyeliner, I'm going to be using my Drenched Cosmetics liquid eyeliner. My darlings, so right now I am just going to go slip on my lashes, put on my foundation. I'll come back with the rest of the video. Okay, don't go anywhere. Okay, my darlings, I just lined my waterline. For my foundation, I used the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place foundation. For my concealer, I used the NARS concealer in the shade Hazelnut. Okay, I'm just going to dust off the excess powder on my face. Just on my entire face, I'm going to use it with the Beauty Bakery setting powder, better not bitter setting powder, and this is the shade Brown. So I'm just going to go back into the palette now, taking this my small brush, and I think I'm going to take the shade Not Desire, Flower Power, Tantric, that is, now I'm going to take the shade Please Me, that's this shade here, and I will put that on in my tear duct. I think this is one of the cream eyeshadows because it's very soft and quite creamy. Now I'm going to take the shade Untamed, that is this shade here. That's the shade I used for my crease, and just put that on my bottom lash line. Okay, for my highlighter, I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Summer Highlighter Palette. Okay, I think I'm going to use the shade Malibu. So guys, so my darlings, this is the finished look. What do you guys think? My thoughts. So here are my first impressions on the Huda Beauty Naughty Palette. I do like this palette. I do like this palette very much. I like it a lot. I like this palette a lot because there are so many colors that I can play with. If I'm going to compare this palette to any palette, I would say this will be the darker version of the Huda Nude palette. I think she launched that 2 years ago, I believe. But this palette is a very versatile palette, and the colors are pigmented, they are soft, and you can play with them, and you can use them with any other palette that you may have. It's very fall appropriate in terms of the color scheme. And I do like the fact that she put there are some illuminating colors there as well. The shade Passion, the shade Fashion Flower, and Provocative. Those are the chromium luminous, just illuminating shades in the palette. I'm very interested to see what the shade Slippery looks like. And it's a very glossy shade. This is what the shade Slippery looks like. So for someone on the dark end of the spectrum, such as myself, I don't really get that much color payoff, but you can use that in conjunction with any other colors that are in the palette. One thing I've noticed about this palette in conjunction with other palettes from Huda Beauty is that you have to know exactly what you're doing. The color schemes might be intimidating in terms of you don't know what goes with what, but I would say this palette and the most recent palettes that she's launched recently, like the nudes and the pastel and the pastels, this palette, these are palettes that you can just start with. Okay. So here's another thing that I think that she was very smart about, that she combined two palettes. You know, the mini Huda palette that she's launched, she combined two of those palettes together, because if you split this palette in half, okay, this half here and half this half and this half, these could be two individual palettes that you could play with. But I like the fact that she put them together and you can create good looks. You can create nice fall, soft glam or full glam looks with this palette. Take your time. I would say start off with the little 9-pan palettes first of all. If you're going to begin your makeup journey, I would say try Huda Beauty. You can either get this palette or the nude palette and see whichever one catches your fancy, okay, which one does it for you before you now venture into the pastels or the color or the neons or the jewel toned palettes, the 9-pan palettes from Huda Beauty. All in all, as a makeup junkie like myself, there wasn't any way I wasn't going to get this, and I'm happy that I did my appropriate Thanksgiving present for myself, because I think I have deserved it. So all in all, thank you TT for the recommendation, because I got this based on I saw your video and I just knew that I had to get this palette. So thank you TT. So it's about it for today's video, guys. If I'm going to leave you guys with anything, guys, please be safe. We are already in the fall winter months. Things are getting very cold. COVID cases are rising. Please be careful, wear a mask, stand 6 feet apart from people, and of course observe good personal hygiene. Wash your hands. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting your girl. I have missed you guys, but I'm back now. Next week I might be reviewing the Huda stick foundation or the new Maybelline lip glosses. I'm not sure yet, but all in all, I'm going to stop talking now. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting your girl. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and most of all subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Okay guys, mwah.